I appreciate you coming on.
Always.
Uh-oh. Here comes – and you got to tell them. You got to tell them you're wearing your jersey. Let's do it. Oh, you know they want you back. You know they want you back. You want to hand that sucker off to him? Oh, yeah. He might just dance through the whole thing. Jimmy's in the house, guys. And back by – here we go, guys. Buckle up. Well, I'll tell you what. Back by popular demand.
Yo.
Great to see you, man. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the East Coast.
They're like, hey, Bobby Baltimore was just like, who the hell is Bobby Baltimore? I know Trosset.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You know they remember your coat from a year ago. I know you left that at home this time around, didn't you?
No. That's my only warm coat. Honestly, I would have brought it if it wasn't stuck in Telluride, Colorado. It's not for Steelers. If anybody knows me, they know I hate the Steelers the most.
I'm just saying what the chat was telling me last year. They were not pleased, but they were very pleased with the interview. It's great to have you back. How was your New Year and Christmas and everything?
Amazing. Obviously, expanding families, growing, and we're moved to California. We're moving back out here to Baltimore to be closer to my oldest, and it was a great last little New Year's for the family. Yeah. But we're excited to get back out here in this 12-degree weather.
Is Junior running around right now?
Yeah, he's right behind us. Obviously.
Is he?
Yeah.
Remember, he stole the show last year when you got up at one point.
He always does. He always does. Now I got a daughter that when the world sees her, they're gonna wall out.
Congrats, man. That's exciting. How far removed are you
from birth? Oh no! I'm not having it anymore. Are you kidding me? I got a vasectomy.
What'd you say about your daughter though? How old?
She's 3 now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Put it this way: she's talking. She's reckless. She's gonna be Ray Lewis in flag football.
Hey, it's that Bateman hand right there.
No, that's one of my good boys right here.
What's going on, man? Good to see you, man.
Push the bar on there.
Oh, these guys are getting after it. They're on that Bateman finger painting grind right there.
Yeah, I see
that trend.
No, I told him he's too old. He's almost 40. You can't do it at 40. Bateman is what, 25, 6?
Plus,
he can do it.
Plus, when you're having the season that he is,
yeah.
Let's transition into what the team's about this year. It's funny,
let's go.
To me, it felt like this was a year of slow but sure development, meaning they come out of the gate with a murderer's row schedule.
Oh, yeah.
You get a rematch of the AFC Championship off the top, the hangover week 2 against Vegas. You see Cincinnati in the opening month. You see Buffalo in the opening month. You see Dallas in the opening month. And after that 0-2 start, you're thinking to yourself, damn, are they really missing the pieces that they lost last year defensively? As you look at it
from – Am I allowed to be honest? Am I going to be honest?
I hope you would.
All right, let's go. We knew what was going on back there in the secondary. It was obvious. It's very obvious, especially being a player for Harbaugh for as long as I have. I can tell you immediately one thing Harbaugh will never tolerate is a DB who's not going to put his shoulder in there and tackle. And that cost us like 4 games, I want to say. Just watching our safety play and how we were playing, and it's not a surprise to me that we put somebody else in and moved a couple of things around, and now our defense is back to where it should live. It could be better, obviously, but it's still number 6 in the league right now based on the last weeks, and that was just a couple adjustments from a couple of players. Because when you play people, they got to play.
And so that's kind of where I think hopefully you can provide some clarity here, because I think the fan base is obviously thrilled with the since week 10 results.
Yeah.
With the difference in personnel. But when you're talking about a player that owns the 3rd highest cap number on the team,
it's tough.
Being a healthy scratch for over a month now, I think people are just like, where did it go wrong, and how did Marcus Williams get to this point?
Okay, everything I say right now obviously is not to Marcus as he is a sorry player or something like that. I didn't know who he was before, and when they brought him in, I obviously did my studying afterwards. Like he's an interception guy. He's the interception guy, so I'm thinking that's what he does. And then when he first got here, he got a lot of interceptions really quickly. And then when he got his shoulder hurt, the tackling started coming up, and then the tackling kind of came into this year. And one thing I can tell you, like I said, about safeties and John Harbaugh, if you're not a tackling safety, I don't care who you are. I watched him get on Eric Weddle. I watched him get on Ed Reed. I watched him get on every safety that's ever played for the Ravens. as long as I've been there. So when I see the bad angles and I see, I knew immediately like Harbaugh is dying inside because he loves secondary. That's his thing. He loves special teams is his thing, but every day he talks to the secondary because he loves it. So watching what was going on was more of a, I bought this. I bought this, so I have to spend my money on this. Yeah. I have to use this person, but I don't know if that person necessarily fit our style of defense. I'm not saying he's a bad player, none of that, because obviously he got $70 million. That's not an easy feat to do. So he showed what he needed to show to get there. But when it came down to actually playing our defense, which our safeties are rotational, they're not. You're just not a strong safety. You're just not a free safety. We don't play that here. So you got to be strong safety sometime, and you got to be free. And I think that was what I see as a football player. I see like, oh, he's a true free safety. And by true free safety, I mean he wants to be beat the whole time and just cover deep. When he has to start going down and covering and I didn't see the want to hit people. I didn't see the intent to like cover deep. Like it just, for me, it was like sloppy play.
But what's so interesting is that last year, speaking of want and desire, he played through that shoulder. So why, or did he?
Oh, so that's what I just said. Yes, I played through a shoulder injury, but I'm not a tackler anyway. I didn't want to tackle him, no way. That sounds bad to say. But when you watch tape and you're watching this year, like I'm a fan now. I get to sit at home and watch the game, and I watch some of the angles he takes, like the one that Jamar Chase has only killed one team in the league.
And he did it twice this year.
He does it every year. No, he does it every year.
Every year, yeah.
I love Marlon to death. That's my brother. We know that is his toughest matchup. I have my toughest matchups. He has his toughest matchup. And Jamar Chase is Marlon's toughest matchup. So Marlon is best in the slot. So now we have Wiggins out there who covers really good. I think Wiggins' sky's the limit. He's got to make some business decisions with his body, though, because he's small.
He's lean, and
he can't be out there hitting everybody,
bro. That frame, though.
He can't hit everybody. But I think we have a great secondary. I think Stevens went through his Marcus Peters phase. Honestly, like somebody gets targeted, right? I'm not going to target him. That person gets targeted. So sometimes it is the fact that you're not playing as good, or the fact that they just say, hey, you know what? We're just going to go at him. He doesn't have to have confidence. So I think Brandon Stevens has probably showed the most of any DB we have. Wow, like relentless resilience, because he has been getting targeted. And when they won first round, they come after him. But the fact that we got Tre'Davious White and they kept Brandon starting, lets you know that like he's a guy that can keep working towards what he's going to. When the ball gets in the air, he finds that calmness and just makes the play, which he does sometimes. But that's what they target the most. And then I felt like they also targeted Marcus because they would run out his way, they would throw out his way, and he was I just felt like those two players were causing a lot of our situation, and then in the middle a little bit.
But can you take us through from a technical perspective why Brandon has struggled with spatial and ball awareness?
Because I can only tell you by example. Like people get mad like that I backed Travis Hunter for the Heisman, right? They're like, is he the best? And I was like, I'm gonna tell you this, and Chuck, I'm a corner. I'm a cocky guy normally, right? You gotta be confident.
You better be.
And you have to give respect where respect's due. Is Travis Hunter the best player in college football right now? Yes, but tell you why. His ball skills is not something you can teach, and that's what I'm coming back to because you're just asking the difference between Brandon Stevens is ball skills. It's not that he's not there. It's not that he's not fast enough. It's not that he won't tackle. He does all those things. But when that ball's in the air and that panic hits your heart at corner, it's a different feeling. The ball hits the air for him, panic settles in, I think, a little bit, and he doesn't just gently turn around, go up and grab it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's right there. Like, he turns around, the ball hits his elbow. Like, he's not there. It's just when teams are targeting like that, it's very hard to gain confidence because you're like, every game I'm getting 12 targets. Yeah. And they're getting like 8, right? And then you read one thing or somebody says one thing, you start your confidence go down. As a cornerback, your confidence is probably, besides your athletic ability, which is number one, I would say your confidence is 1B. Like, you need to be just as confident as you are athletic to play corner.
So in other words, he's had some high volume opportunities, and while he's given up some yards and given up some catches, you like where Brandon Stevens is right now for this team. Now, you think they trust him from a defensive perspective.
Absolutely.
What's going on, dude?
Little Beans, it's my son.
Good to see you, man. Happy New Year, man. What's going on? Hey, do you remember stealing the show last year?
I'm his son.
That's right. The son.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that Brandon Stevens' season, if he's a high draft pick, they give him another year because,
it's a contract.
You know what I mean?
It's a contract year for him.
Exactly. So he had to battle something that, a lot of corners, you go through this. You go through a part where people think, hey, he's vulnerable, right? And the thing is, once somebody does one thing to you as a corner, they're going to do it to you for the next 5 games. If you can't stop it, they'll do it to you all season. So his thing is not being sticky in coverage. It's not doing it's literally having the calmness and the patience when that ball's in the air to locate it, right? Like once you get on a I'm getting beat, you start playing a little bit more tense, a little tight. And I felt like he went through a little bit of that. I think they brought Tre'Davious in. Tre'Davious had a couple good plays on some fades, right? And then Brandon, all of a sudden, you start seeing Brandon in the game. And I watch, obviously, them the most. I watched Brandon get even more close in tight coverage. Like, I don't agree with every PI that they call on Brandon. But he is the one that they target. Just like Marcus was the one that they targeted a few years ago when it was all of us. It's just, if you have laps in your game, your coverage, your game, they're going to come after you. So for him, it's like, oh, you're good. You're really good. But I'm always betting 50-50 that when I throw that ball, I don't know if you're going to turn around. And right now, he's 50-50. I don't know if he will. Yeah. I don't know if he. So that I thought was a big improvement in the last 10 weeks because he's now been in the call. If it is the PI, I'm like, I don't know about that one. Before, I'm like, oh, my God, that's bad. Now I'm like, oh, no, he's right there. Like, I can see his growth.
Yeah. What about the Eddie Jackson experiment?
What? Let's talk about the Ardarius Washington experiment.
Well, that one.
Not only am
one way.
I am preaching that because Eddie Jackson was a blink. He was a great player. I don't want to get into all that.
No. What I mean by that, though, when I say experiment, when they bench Marcus, right, and they throw Eddie in almost as if to send a message.
Well, Eddie was to come in to tackle.
I'm sorry?
Eddie was to come in to tackle. We know that. Like when you watch the game, it's like he's not tackling. He will tackle. Eddie will come tackle, but you drop 2 picks like that in a game, do the handoffs. You know what I mean? Like you're in the right position, but I don't know. Eddie Jackson was an all-pro guy when I was in the league, so I know he has the ability. I don't know what's happened since and why things aren't clicking the way they usually click for him, but I would say he was in the right position all during the Browns game. It wasn't like he wasn't in the wrong position. He just did not make the plays.
Yeah.
It was like it was too many non-made plays that are too easy. So for him.
But on a lighter note, to your point, Ardarius is having the season that I think we all felt like when he would get healthy and he would get that chance, this is what he would do. 5'8",
he would have never gotten this chance ever on any team. This is one of those, God bless Ardarius, because you don't get a chance on a team when you have Eddie Jackson, when you have a $70 million safety and a Kyle Hamilton, and then a Geno Stone is there. You don't even own the team still. Yes. You don't know what to do with a safety like you. So the fact that Ardarius is not only became the starter, solidified our defense, he is literally, to me, one of the heartbeats back there because he comes downhill at 180 pounds to hit
5'8", $170. I think 180's generous. How about the hit stick on Mixon? What's Mixon weighing in at?
I'll tell you, I hit Mixon one time.
You had some bounce with Mixon.
He knocked the crap out of me. The fact that he's a really good football player, and his thing is always this because it's a league of big people. You're too small. You're too small. You're too small. And Harbaugh and them, they love this skill set. They love this feisty, all that. But it would have never came into play unless Marcus and Eddie Jackson failed, right? Then they had to say, hey, our drafting, trusting our process, we got that guy. We have no other choice now. Undrafted. I'm saying.
Undrafted.
My bad.
Yeah.
Picking our players, we have no other choice but to pick that guy now.
Yeah.
We have no other
And
choice.
look at the way he's responded.
And then the crazy part about it, it was a. I'm not gonna say that Harbaugh was forced, but I'm gonna say the hand was somewhat forced. You can't keep putting these two guys out here.
You can't.
And you have nothing to lose putting the guy that you've already brought here for 4 years. You put him out there and he balls. Now you have I'm not going to say Ladarius Ware because Ladarius Ware was drafted, but you have a smaller guy who plays 10 times bigger than who he is, which is a Ladarius Webb to me. When Ladarius Webb to safety, I said, ain't no way. He's so small.
Yeah.
One of the best tackling safeties I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So same thing with him. He's a natural safety. He's not a nickel. He doesn't play that. He's like, I'm a safety. And the fact that they put him in his position in a league where nobody would put him in his position at 5'8", 180, he's now your strongest tackling safety. And we have Kyle Hamilton.
Well, I was going to say, what a luxury for him.
And
His
we have
running
Kyle.
mate's just an all-pro
Right.
who's going to get paid the friggin' Brinks truck coming up this offseason
That
probably.
guy's 6'4", 220.
How about that dude?
That guy's 6'4", 220.
Is he a problem or what?
Yeah.
What do you make of his development?
I think it's going. It's going to keep continuing. He's one of those players that he got the accolades early, so his brain level will always keep going to achieve. Like he's going to keep going. He's going to keep trying to figure out how do I get better. You know what I mean? And for him, the world gets to see it. He's going to be great. I think the sky's the limit for him. They're going to move him around like a chess piece. Him playing deep safety this year is this year. You know what I mean? Like Marlon had to move back into nickel because we didn't have the other guy. So that let Wiggins develop. And when I watch Wiggins, I'm like, oh, that guy can cover like crazy. I get surprised when he gets beat. Only because I'm like, you're the fastest guy on the field. Long, rangy, quick, all that. I can tell he's just learning how to play corner. He's like, okay, this is good.
Unreal.
Haven't seen this route yet.
Right?
Haven't seen this guy yet. Like, that's what he's learning. Year three, this guy's going to be unstoppable because you can't beat him.
Year 3 right now, year 4 next year.
No.
Or excuse me, 4.
No, the rookie.
Oh, Wiggins.
Wiggins.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Nate Wiggins, right. Kyle's in year 3. Nate's in year 1.
Kyle's about to kill it.
I want to hear from you on this, though. I'm sure you heard or saw some of the noise surrounding Zach Orr earlier in the year. 1, that seems like an afterthought now. And 2, why was he the guy, as well as John Harbaugh? Why was he plucked? Now, I know a bunch of guys were plucked last year that could have been the successor, but why Zach?
To be honest, I really don't know the answer to that. I know this. Harbaugh loves his players, and I think Zach was a very special player. I got to play alongside Zach for a few years. He was just a great player. I had no clue he'd be where he is now. Full support, though. Like, he's a very smart guy. And like any 31-year-old in a business of this, where it's been going years and years before you, there's 57-year-old defensive coordinators, and you're the first. You know what I mean? But
Kyle Van Noy's older than him. Think about that. KVN is older than Zach.
Mike McDonald was 6 months older than me when we started out. Like, it just is more of a respect thing. When you know football, we respect the knowledge. But when it comes to I kind of forgot my train of thought. We're talking about
Zach
Orr, yeah. With him is like he is a very smart player. All pro as an undrafted free agent linebacker. Playing with him, knowing his energy, knowing his love for the game, I'm not surprised. I was only more surprised because, like all of us, we like you think it goes to the older guy that's been in the career longer, and younger guys are getting the experience. Younger guys are getting the call now, and I know how the Ravens operate as a defensive whole. It's not just Zach. If it was just Zach by himself doing everything, then I would say something different. But since he has all these pieces to make sure he succeeds, I think that it's like the normal Raven way to make it. They're getting everybody in there. Everybody's going to help you. It's not like you do first, second, third, all low, high, low red zone, high red zone. He does his job. He corrals the defense, but every position coach has been there for years.
And you think Dean's got his hands in a lot?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like a lot?
Dean was there when I was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He knows.
Yeah.
Chris Hewitt's been there since he got there a year after my rookie year. Like, who else is there? Like, all the guys that have been there. You know what I mean? Besides the new ones, but, like, they have been there. So those guys are going to help. They all put in. They like Chris Hewitt does passing. Somebody else does red zone. Somebody else does first, second down, and then they get together. But they all meet on it. So it's like it is one defensive coordinator, but I would say it's a group plan at all times. You know what I mean? With the head coach, all the group plan. It's not by himself. So I know he has help with that.
It's working since week 10. Those big plays, those explosive plays have dwindled. So I'll let you go, man. I appreciate you. Anything else you wanted to share?
I'm moving back to Baltimore.
Oh, that's right. You said in the beginning. Yeah. So when is that going down?
Trying to find a house. So if anybody knows for somebody selling a house in Clark County, no, not Clark County.
Hey, I got a mortgage sponsor.
I need to go.
Sponsor the channel.
Howard County. I want to go to River Hill High School. Is it River Hill? River Hill.
Yeah.
That's where I want to live.
That's where you want the kids to go?
I mean, listen, look at him. That's little Jimmy Smith.
Oh, Jimmy Smith. Oh, look at he's on the show too. Look at this. He's on the show.
Oh,
let's go, man. I love it.
No, we love it. We love Bobby. Bobby,
it's great seeing you again, man.
Always call me.
I can't wait to have you back in the area.
Hey, man. But no, I truly think, and this is my prediction. I know we go to the Super Bowl this year.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
I know we do. I'm gonna tell you why. Besides the fact that one of my best friends, rest in peace, J.K. Jacoby. I think that this is just the year that we can beat the Chiefs. And honestly, the Chiefs are really good. But I feel like our game plans gave them more. Like, we gave them so much respect in that first game.
Yeah.
That's how it played out. They don't make mistakes. But if we play disrespectful, and by that I mean this. If you play like the Ravens don't respect you, we dog teams. Like, we don't respect the Bills. And you can tell.
Still.
No, not per se, though. Let me take that back. We respect the Bills. We respect you. You're Bills. But we don't play like we respect you. Like, we respect the Steelers.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, we're like, oh.
Sure.
The Bills, we walk through.
In game.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
that's what they did.
Walk through. You don't see some divisional, or not divisional, but like conference opponents the same as you would see your divisional. Like, the worst team that I want in the first round is the Steelers. All right, I'll take the Chiefs. And
the way it's looking like right now, setting up wise, is the Harbaugh Bowl rematch in the wild card round next week.
We'll win that.
I agree. Then you got to go on the road.
Something crazy.
Yes. You know the NFL wants this matchup next. Divisional round in Buffalo. Bills, Ravens, 2 MVP front runners. Probably a primetime
we're
game.
there.
Going to be 2 degrees.
We're there. So that's different now. We played there a couple times.
What do you mean by that?
Because I don't like our team in frostbitten conditions. I don't like them. Our team in frostbitten conditions, not the same. When we go up to Buffalo, turf is just not. We don't play the
It's
same.
probably frozen.
It's worse. It's worse than that.
Remind me, were you on the –
Yes.
You were, 2020.
Yes.
Okay.
We beat them. Remember we went down there?
Well,
Being sued right now for one of those. I actually ran on the side by somebody on the sideline. Sue me for 4 years now. Since 2019, this guy's been suing me.
you're joking.
I'm not kidding.
For what?
Not kidding.
You
He
can't
said I ran into him on purpose.
stop.
I swear to God.
Did you deck him?
This is not a joke.
Did you absolutely deck him? Is he a Bills fan?
No, I ran into him, and then it looks like I punched him, but I really didn't. I was like running as fast as I can, and I put my hand out, and then I hit him, and it hit him hard. It did hit him hard. But it was more like you're on the sideline, like
Tell him to get off the
5
sideline.
yards. Right, he's an older guy.
Bills fan?
Bills guy. Been being super 5 years. They keep hitting me up like, postpone.
You think he's the same one that's taken away from Lamar's MVP candidacy? Who's your MVP?
Come on.
I know the answer, but there's been a lot of some MVP voters are already on record for saying they declared it over after 15 weeks.
I feel fair in saying this. One thing that I will always admire about Josh Allen's game is no matter what, Josh Allen's going to put the game on his shoulders. He doesn't like take a night off, or he doesn't like wait for he's like, today we're going, and if I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it.
And he's doing it without Diggs.
He's doing it without Diggs. His running back is
James
Dalvin Cook's little brother.
James Cook. Matt Milano was down for the majority of the year.
He doesn't really have the greatest offense. I'm not saying he doesn't have a good offense. He has a good offense.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the greatest offense.
Yeah.
But what he does do, which I got mad at Lamar last year. I have no problem admitting this. It's like Lamar threw the ball one time last year on a 3rd and 1 in the AFC Championship game when he had to run, right? And those little moments like that, you're like, bro,
Take it.
take it. I get it.
Yeah.
Throw for 5,000 yards, but don't ever forget why we fucking
What makes you?
why we love you.
Yeah.
You make plays that nobody else in the world can
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
Don't forget you do that. Because when you do that and you even tell a team you're running, that team now has to respect that you're running. But when you have three games on film where you're not really trying to run as a defensive player, we're not looking at that. We're like, all right, he's doing something else. Let's play it differently. You tell a team right now, you go tell any team in the playoffs, hey, tell Chiefs last year that Lamar Jackson's about to run the ball the whole time. That 3rd and 1, that's 4th and 5, whatever we had. He's getting them easily.
Oh yeah.
And it's extending drives. Now the defense is out there. Now he wears them down. Now these plays matter. Like we could have. I get crazy about this. We could have won that last game so easy.
Oh, for sure.
But
you think he gets the monkey off his back this year in a postseason?
I think that he realizes this. When it's time to put team on your back all the way, it's time. I think he knows that now. Because last year it was like we're getting dogged. We weren't getting beat like bad. It was like, hey, wait. 3rd and 1. Why would you?
Yeah.
You do the pass,
Right.
Little things,
Yeah.
right? Like I thought Joe Flacco. And he's gonna hate me for saying this. I thought Joe Flacco was at his best. January Joe. I didn't know about January Joe until I met January Joe.
Yeah.
January Joe runs the ball. January Joe scrambles.
Yeah.
That's what makes January Joe January Joe.
Sure.
He throws the ball the same all year long. He's a precision passer. But the difference is this. When you face a quarterback and you say, oh, he's a statue in the pocket. He's a statue in the pocket. And then all of a sudden that statue's running now for 12 yards at a time.
Yeah.
Breaks your back in defense.
And dicing up defenses as he did all year long. Let's get you out of here on this. Do you get the sense that they're conserving Derek too?
Huh?
Do you get the sense that they conserved Derrick Henry throughout parts of the year for a late season run?
I had so many arguments about this because every game dictates how much you can give the ball to somebody. Like, he can run for 150 every game, but you can't run for 150 when you're down by 14.
Yeah.
You can't just keep giving it to him. It don't work. So I think that if we get the ball to him at least 17 to 18 times, we're winning the game.
It's over.
It's over. I haven't seen we lost yet.
An ascending player just turned 31 today.
Yeah.
31 years old, and they got him under contract for another year.
Oh, we're going to keep him for sure.
Oh, you got to.
He's running for 2,000. Hopefully he gets to 2,000 this year. I hope he does. I hope he sets a record that nobody else will be able to
Saquon,
do.
something else.
Well, Saquon.
How about Sirianni pulling the plug?
I love this is no disrespect to Derrick Henry when I say what I'm about to say. Saquon Barkley will run for 2,700 yards in our offense.
This one, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. How about that hurdle play this year?
Have you ever seen anything like it?
It's stupid.
To even think that I'm about to jump over somebody backward? I mean,
people joke about Lamar having eyes in the back of his head. That was like Exhibit
it.
A. Exhibit A.
Bro, Saquon Barkley, and you gotta understand, Derrick Henry to me is top notch. Like number 2, number 3 in my running backs. Like he's one of those guys. But there's something about having power and the escapability. And Saquon has power, speed, and escapability. You see how you ran on us.
Coming off an
You see how
ACL.
you ran on us.
Yeah. It's like the ACL is a total history nugget
For a guy like that,
in his career. Others, it'd be damaging. I mean,
he would have 2,500 yards in our offense.
2,500.
2,500.
That's an insane number.
Easily. Derrick Henry has been untouched sometimes. He skates for like 80,
Oh, yeah.
70.
Yeah. And he's pissed when he gets caught,
Imagine
too.
if Derrick Henry was blessed by God to have the same lateral movement as a Saquon Barkley. Not Saquon Barkley, but 5'8", 5'9", I don't know.
But what's Pittsburgh done well to Derek over the years? You make him run laterally, right?
Yeah.
Now, the second time around, that didn't go so well this year. But the first time around, it certainly did.
Yeah, everybody has the thing is we have the tip on him. You got to stop Derek before he starts. You know how hard that is to actually do. It's not even
How hard is it to shoestring him?
Bro, he's a big dude.
I mean, we all remember
when he came out where I wait for him to pass a little bit, then I just grab his hip and fall because we got to get to the next one. We'll be done in a minute.
You ready to bounce?
No, we're good. Right.
This guy, man, he loves coming on the show. Look at him. No, he didn't. What'd you say? Can you say what? The comments? Oh, yeah. Jimmy Jr. wants to see the comments. LOL, you look exactly like his daddy. We got some super chats as well.
Tell little Jimmy to bring.
Look at this. See this, guys? We got some super chats. Dave says everyone on here is locked into every word. Jimmy, Sea King of the Seas says Jimmy's a champion. Ravens flock stand up. And Deshaun calls me Bobby Boxer, beat his ass. I don't know who he's referring to.
Hopefully not me, though.
That might not end well for me.
Trying to get beat up.
That might not end well for me. Hey, you know what? I want you to say hello to everybody. So you've been waiting patiently.
You just made it.
Hi, everybody. I am Beans.
Little
Technically-
Beans.
Little Beans. I just saw some of the comments. Yeah, I look like my dad for sure. I turned 11 this year. I played tackle football like him, just not the same position. And I have like my overall is like a 70. I suck.
He said my overall.
I'm really bad.
He's talking about his fake Madden player. His fake Madden player is 70.
I play linebacker.
Linebacker.
And I was 0-0. Huh?
Are you playing football too?
Not anymore because
Well, season ended.
yeah.
He just started. He played. He's his first year, so he did DN all this. I'm telling his coaches he's going to
What
be
position?
But
I
he's
played
so big right now
linebacker.
at the age. You know, he's so
Linebacker.
at 10 years old. He's bigger than everybody else. So once it
Future
starts, you
Raven,
know what I mean? Like
hopefully.
then he'll hopefully go back to
Hopefully
safety
a future
corner.
Raven.
Who's Trent Simpson? Who's Trent Simpson?
No, in Black Daniels, I wore 0-0. I had 0-0.
Young. He's too young. Linebacker is a very smart position. Like,
Intense.
you gotta understand. I came in with Ray Lewis and then Jamil McClain's like older guys, and I didn't really realize like Ray Lewis called out every single play at the line. Good player. The linebackers that are good at that are really good at it. Like
I was signed with my home team.
like at the end of Ray Lewis's career, he knew I'm not covering the Chiefs running back. I can't Jamal Charles out the backfield, right? He wouldn't like. So at the end of Ray Lewis's career, I remember playing the Chiefs my rookie year, and he would not cover running backs out the backfield because he just couldn't get there. Like he was just, I'm 37 years old. Ray Lewis.
Right, yeah.
And he would know, he was so smart that he would call it out, tell the corner, hey, he's going to run a slant, I'm going to switch. He's going to run a wheel, you take the wheel. Like that's how smart he was as a linebacker. And we talked about communication. That's a big part of it early in the career, like early with linebackers.
Don't you think like a lot of this has to do with where PQ had built himself up to be last year too?
Yeah.
Like this dude was a player. And the fact that there was a drop off there, I think, is kind of indicative of some of Trenton's shortcomings this year.
I mean, it's experience. Remember PQ's first year, and people weren't talking about him the same way.
Well, he was struggling in space.
You know what I mean?
That
He
rookie
did
year.
a lot.
Remember that?
It takes a minute to learn that at the league level.
Yeah.
And PQ's not an oversized guy. He's not like 6'4". He's a 6'1" linebacker, 235 soaking wet that plays with passion and all that, but he's learning.
Yeah.
Like in college, you played 3 years and you didn't learn. You did learn, but you didn't learn.
You're just dominating.
The
You're
intricacies of what the NFL is. Like in the NFL, they're like, oh, you can't cover an out route? I will hit you with that 12 times today. Like that's how the NFL is. And he had to learn that.
Well, you know what's really interesting too is, Roquan really struggled at the beginning of the year, just in terms of like angles and
all teams did what they would do to an older Ray Lewis. They started putting their slot receiver on him. That's too fast. They doing shake routes, and they just got open in the middle of the field. It's not that Roquan can't cover. They just targeted him.
Yeah.
And that was the Chiefs. That was the Chiefs who did that mostly.
And
then the second team.
Yeah. And they were using speedy,
I'll tell you this.
shifty players across the middle.
We were asleep against the Raiders, but at the same time, the Raiders hit us just like the first game where we got hurt with a tight end. We couldn't cover tight end.
Bowers was filthy.
And we didn't have our corners were not strapping up Devontae. So that's what it was.
Yep. Your crew wants you to go.
Yeah, it's all good. They're not getting in.
Great to see
Always
you, man.
love it.
What do you got going on tonight? Anything?
I'm just hanging out with my son, so we'll get some dinner after this and then just hang out. All
Great
right,
to see you
that's it,
guys
Brian.
again.
Appreciate you having me, brother.
Awesome hanging out. Yep.
All right.
And we look forward to getting you back into the state.
All right, man.
Let me know when that happens.
For sure.
We'll get together. All right. See you guys. Yep. Enjoy the game today.